Wrong one. Right one. Because we're gonna do this game today. And I'm also gonna give myself something to drink, because I'm gonna need that. But yeah, so I basically play the Incubus today. Search for some work and just try to do some small ass work with my own scenario. So I managed to add the quarry village of Faden. Yeah, Faden, I was calling it. Which is basically just a quarry with a few housings for those who works there, and the inn, because yes, they are people who transport the stone and everything, so it's a very successful inn for what it is. That's a really I'm really glad I'm also learned to use make maps, because it also kind of helps as well. I do wonder if I'm actually gonna do a stream someday where I try to work on my scenario with a little world building thing. I have a few ideas what I'm gonna do, but I'm also kind of half stuck at the same time. That's kind of what I want to try this thing out. And something. Also, the extra things are gonna happen after some stuff has happened. For example, Faden, there is something that's gonna happen there after a certain thing has happened. I thought of using that in the mining crystal mines, but I felt I was that's the problem. If I use it on the quarry is an open area. Probably should use it in one of the mines, but the problem is where, because the crystal mines is a late game, not late game thing, but it's like further in the story. And I can't have two of the same timelines there. Okay, you know what? Let's go and begin with the game. I really like to talk here world building, but probably not now. I am gonna do voices. It can be given to the orca without arousing police suspicion. Well, please don't arouse the police, nor arouse the police, whatever you said, suspicion. There are a few people you're supposed to arouse. Not time. No. Now that you mention it, I do remember that flip-flop feeding the orca. Flip-flopper. Right.
Objection!
I was first like, what do you mean by flip-flop? Like, oh, right. You seem to remember it. I see the time for a true sword fight has come. I call Marlon Rhymes to the stand. Right, we got the professor here because the Rhymes didn't want to actually stand in the confession booth. But now he is actually forced to be here. So I think he's actually happy about that. And his lawyer. Both Miss Orca Lover and Marlon Rhymes are important members of the crew. I don't want to suspect either of them, but I am ready to accept whatever truth you find. Here, take this. That charm. It's a charm that matches the one of Azura Summers had, isn't it? So you and Miss Summers were romantically involved, weren't you, Dr. Crab? Well, no, of course not. Sorry to disappoint you. But this doesn't belong to me. At the time I thought it was Azura's, so I grabbed it. But it wasn't hers. Now it's up to you lawyer, to figure out whose charm it is. I will. Thank you, Dr. Crab. You went from making hamburgers to being a doctor. After all, I'm interested in the outcome of this trial too. Now then, please summon Marlon Rhymes to the witness stand. I really love playing this game, just doing the silly voices and stuff, but I also realize I'm gonna have to find a game to play tomorrow. I'm gonna have to sit there and figure out what to play. I don't know, like, I have a lot of games to play, but I don't know really what I should play tomorrow. I haven't been watching the trial and no one told me anything. Marlon Rhymes, you are under suspicion for attempted murder of the orca. I see. Well, if it's already out. Mr. Rhymes? Is he really going to admit it? Fine, I'll tell the truth. I'm waiting for him to become a goddamn One Piece character. I am not lying when I say that. Sasha's lying to protect the Orca. 3:30 AM on the 20th, there was still water in the Orca pool. The incident happened before the Orca was moved to the show pool. One like killed the captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam into the water. Imagine your name is Dr. Crab and you're a unicorn. Hold on, I have to figure out what the hell that sort of colonist is. There's so many different names of them that is like, what is what? Yeah, okay. That would be something they would be probably worrying about. For the ladies, yeah. So I thought the Orca should pay the consequences. Now we're back to the Orca again. What the fuck? I did not see that testimony coming. Now, wait just a minute. Yesterday, Orla was proven innocent. Besides, you said Orla was in the show pool during the cleaning. Well, I don't want to sell Sasha out. That's why I didn't tell the truth. The fact is, all three of us, the captain, Sasha, and me, were cleaning the pool room. But Dr. Krabs and Miss Buckler both said you were in the show stage. Well, the only thing Dr. Crab knew about the cleaning was that I was told him. I gave him a whole lot of detail either. Maybe misunderstood. Sasha's lying to protect the Orca. She can't tell the truth. She just put blood on the skull rock herself to make a fake bloodstain. I think it's pretty brave of her to let herself get arrested to protect the Orca. Mr. Rhymes, how could you lie like that? That's the truth. Besides, wouldn't it be better for you if I wasn't lying? If the Orca did it, you win your case. What? Can you stop doing this? We basically fought for the Orca, now we fought for the Orca trainer, and now it just says if we actually give up, we will still win. I'm like, excuse me, like, yes, but we're basically defending two people there right now, or well, one person and one Orca. This is already hard to believe. But if Mr. Ram's story is true, Miss Buckler would be innocent and the Orca would be a killer. Meaning if we turn our backs on Orla, we could save Sasha. Having a witness lie to save your own client. What a dirty, underhanded tactic, right though. Objection! It's not like I knew about that thing. Yesterday the defense proved Orla was not guilty. So stupid. Openly admitting to committing perjury and no bats and eye. It's absolutely mentally reclined. Yeah, exactly. Definitely agree. Yesterday the defense proved Orla was not guilty. We have no intention of going back on our ascension now. Assertion, not ascension. What are you saying, Mr. Rye? All I gotta do is admit the Orca did it and Sasha goes free. Isn't a lawyer supposed to act in his client's best interest? But I would be acting in her interest. Miss Buckler believes Orla is innocent. That's kind of true, like we are acting for the witness, but not just for making them go free, but also for like their, well, mental well-being, I would say. So basically just say that Orla did it would not be good for us anyway, because she would probably hate us a lot. And we of course believe that Miss Buckler herself is innocent too. Acting in the client's best interest is an important part of our job as lawyers. Using dirty means to win a verdict would destroy our client's faith in us. That's right. We believe in both Miss Buckler and Orla's innocence. Huh? I don't just understand how you can treat a human and an Orca equally. Sasha or Orca, you can only save one of them. I don't know about that. I think I can save them both. All I have to do is prove your testimony. Oh yeah? I'll go ahead and try. I will do just that. I can't tear down his testimony, I won't be able to say both of them. I have to find a weak spot and start tearing. I'm gonna use my nail and start tearing. Sashing line to protect that orca, okay. At 3:30, there was still water in the pool. Hold on. Data shows that rifle ate around... Okay. I kinda would want to see... Bring in the sledgehammer, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna sledgehammer his goddamn testimony. Torpedo data shows that rifle ate around 4 AM on July 20 and Orla didn't eat anything. He did say here that at 3:30 AM there was still water in the orca pool, but that's the thing, there is a sensor that allows to check this thing. I want to check if the data told us that it was open or not. Okay, let's leave that for now. The incident happened before the orca was moved to the pool, to show pool. Orla killed Captain by bashing him 30 feet high and making him slam into the water. Okay, let me just check the... autopsy report. Estimated time of death 12 to 10 AM. Caused by concussion from head trauma. Thought to be from a 50 feet tall fall into pool. Bruise all over. Okay, so he's bruised all over, so that isn't really anything against that. So I thought the orca would pay the consequences. This is something I feel sticks out. So I thought the orca should pay the consequences. But at the same time, it's not like he has, like... If he says right now that he did everything he did, then basically it would mean that, yeah, he did it. And this is just said perjury. But... he could have gotten and told anyone about this, but he didn't. So I feel like this sticks out, but I don't think so. Before the orca was moved to the show pool. 3:30. This is something that is like, this is the only thing that has time and stuff. I'm gonna press this, check what's happening. When the victim was killed, how much water was in the pool? It was before the pool was trained for cleaning, so it was full. You went into Orca pool room and saw this yourself. So the crab said that you were at the show stage. But it's possible that Dr. Krabs was misinformed. Or that he misunderstood. The witness already explained this. Why are you taking this meaningless time? If you want to play games, Taika here would be more than happy to play. We have to be careful how we press the witness. Taika is watching us like a hawk. Okay, so that's nothing. Okay, I'm gonna have to check through some of my things here. The only thing it says is that Orla didn't eat anything, and Rifle ate around 4 AM. Okay. Early hours of the 20th. Poison. Oh, yeah, this sleeping pill, not some kind of poison. Photo of the pool, location of the bloodstains detected with aluminum. Yeah. Yeah, right now he's saying that this is a false evidence. I'm gonna like skip that. Don't think that's anything to do with anything right now. Okay, I am gonna have to press something. I just don't know what yet, because something doesn't feel right. So you're saying the incident took place before the cleaning began? Yeah, I guess so. Captain Sash and I were gonna do the cleaning together. It's much more efficient than trying to have just one person do it alone. Sorry. So just got stuck in my throat there for a little moment. For some reason managed to breathe in wrong. There you go. There we go. In the defense's case, however, more lawyers means simply more lawyers, nothing more. That was not me, that was my father. That was my father sneezing, not me. But you want to talk. All you have on your side is a cantankerous bird. What about me? I'm up here all alone. Fair enough. I didn't say to you, I didn't know who it was, it just was. Yeah, fair enough, actually. Yeah, my microphone can pick up some stuff much better than the other microphone could. Yeah, people done. Okay, so yeah, I guess this was just nothing really. Okay, so that doesn't really mean anything. By bashing him 30 feet, make him 30 feet. Hold on here. This, I just realized, isn't really right, because 65 feet, that's just half. Objection! There we go, found it. When lawyers are applied on top of each other, contradictions start to emerge. This time is no different. I'm saying there's some kind of inconsistency in my testimony. That's exactly what I'm saying. You claim that the victim was sent flying about 30 feet into the air. But the autopsy report shows the apparent cause of death from a 65-foot fall. What? Additionally, in your testimony a moment ago, you said at 3:30 AM on the 20th there was still water in the orca pool. With the pool being 60 feet deep, there is only 30 feet between the water and the ceiling. If the pool was full of water, as you claim, it would be impossible for a victim to fall about 65 feet, as the autopsy states. Mr. Rhymes claimed he was in the orca pool room so he could make these statements. But the truth must be that he was at the show stage, just as Dr. Crab and Sasha testified. Well, I believe that brings us back to around the orca didn't do it. I didn't believe the witness testimony from the outset. I am grateful to you, Mr. Wright, for shutting the witness up. As I thought, the only person who could have been the killed the victim was Sasha Buck. The fact still remains whether the witness was one who tried to kill the orca or not. Son of a... Mr. Rhymes was right about one thing. His testimony was advantageous to our case, but pointing out the contradiction in his statement will only drive us into a corner. As Prosecutor Blackwell said, the suspicion against Miss Buckler is now deeper. Uh-oh, if I don't do something fast, the judge is gonna find Sasha guilty. Mr. Wright, isn't there anything we can do? There has to be a way to prove Sasha is innocent. A time like this... Okay. Time to turn the thinking around. Instead of trying to prove that Sasha couldn't have done it, I have to think about what made it possible for someone else to have done it. As long as the crime scene is the orca pool room, then Sasha is the only one who could have committed the crime. No need for pity. Your baldness, just finish him off with a swift burn. It appears the defense has no objections. Very well, I'll give my verdict. Your Honor, please hold off on that verdict. But you're so quiet, Mr. Wright. Do you have something to say now? Defense has a counter-argument. You do? Pitiful. Such a desperation. You look pale. Are you sure you're prepared to make this counter-argument? The worst of times are when a lawyer has to force their biggest smiles. I'll never forget those words, no matter how many years go by. If those possibly be just a bluff, I'll give them with a smile. What if the scene of the crime was somewhere else? The scene of the crime? Somewhere else? What? You're finding fault with the police investigation. As I understand it, prosecutor's argument is as follows. The scene of the crime was the Orca pool room. Only the defendant and victim entered that room when there was no water in the pool. Therefore, only the defendant could have committed the crime. That is correct. But if the scene of the crime was not the Orca pool room, then somebody other than the defendant could have committed the crime. Are you sure you know where you're going with this? I might not be too sure, but I can't back down now. Mr. Wright, I hope that I'm not wrong, but this isn't one of your bluffs by any chance. Of course not. Judge knows me far too well. And do you have a theory of where the actual scene of the crime was? Yes, of course. I already know. Just because we managed to find a bit of proof over there. Then by all means, please share your theory with the court. Where was the real scene of the murder? Take that! The show pool. The show stage pool might have been drained of water at some point as well. And if so, it could be just as possible to fall to one's death. There's a... Wait, it's just as possible to fall to one's death there as in the Orca pool. Right. What you're doing is disgrace to your profession. I sincerely hope you have some basis for what you suggest. Of course I do. I will as soon as I think of something. The victim's body was found in the Orca pool. How do you explain that? How about if, after the victim was killed, the show stage pool, his body was moved to the Orca pool? How about if? What kind of presentation of the argument is that? You had better have a reasonable explanation of how the body was moved. I do. Because Sasha told us. Yeah, she didn't say it there. Okay, so basically, she made this thing, and she learned that she was not gonna be in this new show. And she did tell us that she hid this thing inside of this pool just because to mess with him, because he said, no, you cannot be in the show. So it might be that his body was hidden in there because that's the rock that Orla was basically bashing to. So it might have been moved without anyone noticing or even knowing it was there. There's no turning back now. I have to think of a way the body could have been moved. Either that or use this thing as well. Take that! Sorry, good managed to... My throat started like itching. The stretcher can be hung from the hoist to move things like Orla or the Skull Rock. The stretcher could also have been used to move the dead body. I don't know why I started like coughing right now. Ah, yes, if the stretcher. If they all forgot that there was a massive hoist there, then they are even dumber than I thought. Yeah, kinda. I didn't think of the hoist, but that was because I knew of the Skull Rock and I knew she hid the Skull Rock. So I basically thought she didn't check in it, she basically just moved it. But yeah, the hoist is like, okay, mate, just yep. Just go from point A to point B without even any delay. It seems like he could also move a dead body as well. Wow, somehow that worked, and I just might be able to pull this off. If the show pool was the scene of the crime, somebody else could have done it. Yeah, but how the fuck can you miss something that big and go? How could the body possibly be moved? Yeah, I don't know. I absolutely don't know. For some reason, just thought like, oh yeah, there's just no way to do that. Like, that thing can pick up a goddamn orca. A human body is like fucking picking up an ant. If the show pool was the scene of the crime, somebody else could have done it. You desperately spew conjectures. Now you even make up a crime scene. He's escaping. You don't have the soul of a war. You don't deserve to be on the battlefield. And even your fabrications is half-baked. It's a disgrace. What do you mean by half-baked? The hoist can be operated from the Orca pool room only. Oh, right. I to be honest, I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot that it can only be hoisted. I was about to say something with moisted instead. Hoisted from the Orca pool room. That might be why some of them forgot about it, because it can only be controlled in one place, and it couldn't go to the place. And the only person who entered the Orca pool room was the defendant. So even with the body world, if the body was moved, the only one who could have moved it was the defendant herself. Which we come back to, it was hidden inside the Skull Rock from the beginning. Which could still be moved using the hoist, because she didn't know about it. The order! So it comes back to the defendant no matter which pool it was. Meaning, I can't clear Sasha either way? Yeah, you can. Like, the rock, like that's the thing, the skull rock thing. Sasha said she moved Orla and the skull rock. And I believe her. So could it possibly be that she moved the body herself without being aware of it? Mr. Wright, do you have any objections to prosecute the Blackwell's claim? Yes. I do. The defense has an objection. Alright, fine. Let's hear this objection. Well, my objection is something. I can admit I haven't thought of one. Listen, Wright, you just felt like saying you had an objection, didn't you? Yes, Your Honor. No, I had an objection. I had an idea. The hoist could only be operated from the Orca pool. Furthermore, the defendant is the only one who entered. Oh, I understand. I understand. We needed to do an objection. But there is nothing to object with because, yes, that's what happened. Without her knowing. Oh, yeah, okay. Now I understand. I wanted to objection because I had an idea. But there is nothing I can go against his claim. I admit I don't see any problems with Prosecutor Blackwell's claim per se. Miss Buckler must have been the one who moved the body. What? Listen, right? Are you admitting the defendant committed the murder? No. I'm simply conceding that she was the only one who could have moved the body. However, I contend Mr. Buckler was not aware that it was what she was doing. God, why was that so difficult to read? The culprit made her move it, unbeknownst to her. The defender moved a dead body without recognizing that it was a dead body. How is that even possible? The body was found in the Orca pool room. It must have been moved there somehow. Might find some kind of hint in the things she moved with the stretcher. There we go. The skull rock? Miss Buckler told me yesterday that she moved the skull rock when she was cleaning. The only two things Miss Buckler moved to the Orca pool room are Orla and the skull rock. I would like to suggest that the victim's body may have been inside the skull rock. What? Hidden inside the rock, the body could have been moved to the Orca pool with a hoist. At the show stage, Marlon Rhymes loaded up the skull rock with the body inside, and then he used the walkie-talkie to let Miss Buckler know the rock was loaded. Miss Buckler operated a hoist from the Orca pool room and moved the stretcher. She moved the rock without knowing the body was inside. But do you really think there's enough space inside the skull rock to place a body? The swashbuckler flyer indicates it could be possible. Please focus on the question at the bottom left. Oh, it says who will obtain the gold coins hidden in the skull rock. In that case, I suppose the rock is most likely hollow. What's more, if the body was inside the skull rock, it explains the remaining unanswered questions. Such as? Please take a look at the security footage of the scene Mr. Plume witnessed. Where did the body that Mr. Plume saw come from? Please recall. What was Orla doing to the skull rock at this time? She was headbutting it. Oh! That's right. Orla ramming released the body from the skull rock. The body had been placed inside the skull rock and moved there from the show stage. I assert that the real murder scene was, in fact, the show stage pool. What rubbish is this? You couldn't have a single scrap of evidence. It's easy enough to verify what I say. Take a look inside the skull rock for yourself. You should find some kind of proof that the body was there. Blood, fibers, hair. Fair enough, actually. No one checked inside the rock, everyone checked outside because he fell on top of it. Mr. Wright, that was incredible. You turn things completely around. And to think it's all started with that half-baked bluff too. That was a close one. Did you really have to add that last bit? If the murder took place on the show stage, then who is the perpetrator? Well, it is naturally the person who was at the show stage. Mr. Rhymes, weren't you the one who loaded the skull rock onto the stretcher at the show stage? Is he gonna break? Well, Mr. Wright, that was some pretty smart brainworking you did there. And to be honest, I never thought you could figure it out. Tried to project myself, but I guess it come back to bite me. Are you confessing you gave false testimony before, Mr. Rhymes? That perjury! I do love that it's perjury, but apparently not the other bits. Yeah, what Mr. Rhymes says is true. The body was inside the skull rock. It's true that Captain was killed in the show pool too. What? Is admitting it that easily? Well, this time I'm gonna tell you the whole truth about what happened that day. Why are you concerned about perjury now? Yeah, exactly. This time I'm gonna tell you the whole truth about what happened that day. Oh, so it's not yet. I wanted to basically break like the whole changing character thing. That's like the favorite part with most games I play with these. The show pulled the orca and shot the captain up in the air. I was about to say that the orca shot the captain. I was like, how the hell did that work? When the captain came down and slammed into water. I can still remember the spectator screams. Spectator screams clearly. Okay, is it just me or is this odd? They were cleaning. And for some reason it says I can still remember the spectator screams clearly. Well, Sasha was to move the body. She was trying to protect the orca. Once the plume witnessed the orcas finding the body, I freaked. So we're back to the orca again, I see. Can anyone explain to me what's going on here? If you were going to give testimony like that, why did I bother putting you on the stand? All I'm doing is telling the truth. That day Sasha wanted to do the old version of the Swashbuckler Spectacular. So I suggested she hid the body in the skull rock and moved it to the orca pool. Every fucking witness has performed perjury and suddenly it's an issue. Judge Bowling Ball Head, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, probably just old age, I don't know. I was gonna figure out what to do with the body after the show was over. The orca is the one that killed the captain. It wasn't me. It wasn't Sasha. So it was Mr. Rhymes I did to hide the body in the skull rock. But if Miss Rhymes is the culprit, why would he protect Sasha? False charges against Sasha would mean he himself would escape suspicion, so why? Mr. Wright, how about if you leave this to me? Athena, do you mean you heard something? Yep, noise, discord in Mr. Rhymes' heart. So that means somewhere in his testimony there's an inconsistency in his emotions? Alright, Athena, I'm giving him a good counseling session. You got it, boss. This is probably one of the first time we didn't need to actually load in stuff. What's this? What are you getting, Athena? This testimony is pretty complex. Feeling of deep sadness and intense anger boiling up. Those emotions appear to be running out of control. Out of control emotions. Is that going to be a problem? Well, we have to prove the cause if we want to get the true emotions and testimony. It might even be odd and natural spots in his testimony he isn't even aware of. Alright, I know already one of them. They were cleaning. The spectators were screaming like... Excuse me, for first of all, no one knew about the orca actually killing someone. Pretty certain they were close as well. What spectators? I'll explain how the probe. Let's find the root of the cause together. When you see something off in the statement, press probe. Let's point to what caused Mr. Rhymes' out-of-control emotions. Finally, press X to probe. So probe, probe, and probe. Okay, fair enough. I'm starting to feel like I'm an alien or something. I'm just probing. Ah, here comes the loading screen. I was wondering whether this came, why it was so swift with loading before. Also, apparently her password is a smiley face. Yep. The captain came and slammed down into the water. I can still remember the spectators screaming clearly. Yeah. Spectators. There were no spectators. It could have not been any spectators. I thought there were any spectators there at the show stage when the owner died. If there had been, those witnesses would have told us the true crime scene right away. What? Oh, right. Of course. I just made a mistake. Who the hell makes a mistake like that? I know exactly why and how. It's just... How? Still? Still 40% down. That's still a lot. Okay, that makes the sadness subside. So, maybe the spectator's part was what making him sad? I wonder why he would make that mistake. Saying spectators were there. How strange. The only thing I think of is that he was mixing up on one memory with another. Like, he was in a similar situation before, and was deeply imprinted on his heart. A situation where an orca killed somebody and there were spectators there. Hey, I think I know why he's mixing up his memories. The reason why Mr. Rhymes mixes up his memories is... I think it's this one, because that's the only thing that it has anything to do with the orca killing someone. Mr. Rhymes, I think you know what happened. Could you have been mixing up what happened a year ago with this incident? Maybe that's why you slipped and said the owner was killed in front of spectators. What? How did you... You're right. I did see the orca kill somebody a year ago. That was about it. It's just one of the... was just one of the spectators. Really? Just another spectator? There must have been a reason why you feel great sadness about the incident last year.
Silence.
Stop this nonsensical scrutiny of feelings. Just present evidence to prove your point. Do we have any kind of evidence that would back us up here? There is one piece that comes to mind that might explain his sadness. Well, I am waiting. Let's see this evidence that has to do with Marlon Rhymes' sadness.
Take that.
Azura Summers died an accidental death 1 year ago. This is her boyfriend's charm. Hey! What do you do with that charm? It was found in Rifle's stomach yesterday. Judging by your reaction, I believe this charm belongs to you. I guess I need to push him a little harder to make him admit it. When Mr. Rhymes said the word charm, he was very rattled. We better examine this charm a little more. Good idea. Let's look inside it. Huh? What's this? A photograph? Oh. Yep. Hey, this is... Azura Summers and Marlon Rhymes? Mr. Rhymes, you and Azura Summers were a couple, weren't you? So while you were a couple, was that anything to do with the captain's case? He says that, but for some reason his mind goes back to that day, so definitely something's going on. You believe you saw the orca kill your girlfriend. That's the cause of your sadness. Isn't that emotion of yours connected to the current case?
Silence.
The only thing you revealed was the witness connection to the victim of last year's incident. What does the witness past have to do with the case at hand? I don't know yet. But we managed to pinpoint the source of his sadness. Now let's delve into Mr. Rhymes' anger at that. Okay, so the anger is... In the show pool, the orca shot the captain up in the air. The captain came down and slammed into the water. I can still remember the captain's dead body clearly. All Sasha did was move the body. He was trying to protect the orca. When the plume witnessed the orca finding the body, I freaked. Guess this? Brain, how stupid are you? Probably a lot. Could there be something here? I don't know, I'm a bit uncertain. What could make him angry? Because yeah, I could definitely say that he was angry about the death, but like, I would feel like the sadness was part of that. Like the anger is more like, why did this happen? Did I do this? No, the music still continues. Like, I don't think he would be angry for this. His girlfriend died, he believes it was Orla. The captain had close connection to Orla. Pretty big reason that he could have done it. Yeah, definitely. I absolutely agree there. I think it... Who is he angry at? I would say like he's angry at Orla, but I'm pretty certain this is a setup then, because he had basically the video of her training this thing. So I don't think he's angry over anything here. This, I get a feeling, was meant to be. Orla? Oh, apparently here. Shooting him up in the air. Mr. Rams, you're angry with Orla, aren't you? Angry? I'm an Orca. Why would I be? You just think I have some reason to be mad and show me some proof. Do I have proof that Mr. Rams has a reason to be mad? I got your proof. But that evidence we just took a look at would come in handy here. This chart indicates that you and Asura were Asura Summer's boyfriend. I'm sure you believe Orla killed your girlfriend a year ago. You lost your girlfriend, and so you've been angry at Orla. Alright, I'll admit it. I'll forgive that Orca. Asura is dead, and that Orca is still swimming around happy as a clown. I became an animal keeper just so I could prove that Orca is a killer. Alright, I want that Orca to pay. There, you feel good dragging up a person's past? But it still doesn't change anything. Still changed a lot here. 30% basically. That's right. I disagree, it does change things. His out of control emotions quiet down. Now we should be able to find the truth behind that emotion. Alright, I think I know what it is now, because we know what happened here. We know, like, now his emotions are fine. So I'm pretty certain that when the plume found the body, he freaked. I don't think he freaked out. Hold on, let me go and check that one directly, because I don't think we need to check his. Like, he's angry, he's angry, he's angry. Still angry, still angry. Yeah, you freaked. You didn't freak. When Mr. Plume witnessed the Orca finding the body, you freaked? Really? What are you getting at? With Mr. Plume as a witness, Orla was guaranteed to be accused of the murder. Didn't work out exactly as you hoped. In order to have Orla put down, you made sure Mr. Plume witnessed that scene. I love that you just put his head randomly up there in the image. And there we go. So you figured it all out, did you? Mr. Rhymes, are you admitting it? I don't really want to have to fight anybody but the Orca. But you leave me no choice. Oh wait, is that... Oh yeah. This is why I said he's like a goddamn One Piece character or something. I've not watched or read One Piece, but for some reason this is the first thing I'm thinking of. The worst part is I'm not gonna change his voice, but hell it ain't fitting now. Yeah, that is his freak out moment. This is his freak out moment. Now it's time to get serious. Jesus. He did basically 108 or something. Or at least a 90. What is going on here? Where does this pirate fella come from? This guy just believed magic just happened in the courtroom. He looks like a completely different person. Order! If we don't have order, Prosecutor Blackwell will yell at us. That is the most important thing, apparently. Apparently not. He is as freaked out as you are. Even Prosecutor Blackwell is at loss for words. So I plan to have Wench be a witness. You cut me out. Jesus, I'm gonna sound like a fucking pirate now with this voice. It'd be true, I thought that Orc and murderous ways could be found out. I mean, the judge is dumb as a rock, or perhaps even dumber than a rock. Yeah, fair enough. Only why a scheme to have the plume see the body? Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm pretty certain I'm gonna hear it soon, but I just want to do this. Give me just a hot second here. What's going on over here? I have some shit up in the background. Just doing a thing here. Doing some stuff in the background. Don't worry about it. No one worries about it. No one worries about it. Don't worry. Just doing some stuff. There you go. I think. Wait, did that happen? Yep, there you go. No ads for you for right now. I know the ad popped up and I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. So you admit it, you deliberately framed Orla. I know I didn't have to, I just fell for doing it. Ah, a bit true. It's gonna be so difficult doing that kind of voice with this guy now. I get it. What skin be that of anybody's nose? Or it could be murdering a scurvy dog. I have a grudge against that orc, yeah, but I always felt grateful towards the captain. Orc can murder the Azura and the captain, so of course you should walk the plank. Jesus. I do love it started fishing for me just because I give it something. I don't even know what a Moorish idol is. Is that actually a fish? I agree it wouldn't make any sense for him to kill the owner. Why would he? But his hatred for Orla, and on the other hand, comes through loud and clear. Wait a minute. If killing Mr. Shipley doesn't make sense, who would it make sense for Rhymes to kill? Maybe my theory has been all wrong. Your Honor, I think I just became aware of a fact. Oh, what the fact is that? Now that we know about Mr. Rhymes' intense hatred for Orla, it turns the premises we've been arguing under on its ear. I will not reveal the identity of the individual Mr. Rhymes meant to kill from the start. Take that! What? So the witness intent was to kill the Orca? Exactly. The witness' intended victim was not Jack Shipley, but the Orca. From the start, it was all a scheme to kill Orla. The Orca was his true target, but Jack Shipley is the one who died. The orc is alive and quite well. It is a fish. It's a black, white, and yellow fish that you can see in Finding Nemo named... Oh, I think I know which one that is then. I don't remember the name, but when you say like you can find in Finding Nemo, and it was black, white, and yellow, I think I know which one that is. The orca is alive and quite well. Yeah, I know, but who do you think actually made sure that people found out about it? That's right, he wanted to kill the orca, and yet it was Jack Shipley who fell to his death. How did that happen? Wait a minute. What if Mr. Rhymes wanting to kill Orla was somehow connected to Mr. Shipley's death? At a loss for words, are you? What happened to your bravado of a moment ago? Enough of these reckless words, without any basis in fact. Objection! There aren't reckless words. The basis of my claim is at the real murder scene, the show pool. What are you talking about? Is my connection the contention that the two incidents happen at the show pool? The attempt murder of the orca and the victim falling to his death. First of all, in order to kill the orca, Mr. Rhyme removed something from the scene. And by doing so, he made it possible for Mr. Shipley to fall to his death. He did what? Mr. Rhymes, what did Mr. Rhymes remove to attempt the orla? I think the water. Don't tell me you're trying to claim he tried to kill the orc by draining the pool water. That's exactly what I'm claiming. To help the defendant with the cleaning, Marlon Rhymes took charge of Orla. The plan to kill Orla in the show pool. And because the pool water was drained, it made it possible for Jack Shipley to fall to his death in the show pool. Yep. I tried to kill the orca, you say? Yep. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I thought the goddamn game froze because he stopped chewing, but I realized his eyes are still moving. I'm not joking, I thought the game froze for a second. Can you prove there was nary a drop of water in the pool? That there was simply looking after the orca. Well, that's some fresh sashimi, definitely. Why would I have the monstrous thought of killing it?
Objection!
Claim you were looking after Orla in the early morning hour of July 20th. But I don't think you were doing a very good job of it. After all, Orla wasn't given anything to eat during that time. How would you know such a thing? I know because Orla's record here in the torpedo data system. The system continuously records data on the subject it monitors. From Orla's record, we can tell exactly when she ate or didn't eat. Oh, sink me! Nobody ever told me about that dastardly contraption. Only a few ship-shape aquarium staff know about this system. According to Orla's record, she never ate in those early morning hours of the 20th. You planned to kill Orla, and that's why you didn't feed her.
Silence!
You're wasting time. What proof do you have of that? Perhaps the orca simply wasn't hungry. Well, he's right, I don't have any proof. If Orla simply didn't eat, then that would create an inconsistency. Where did the fish go? Or fish? Good question, where did it disappear to? Yo, Gani, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? We just met a One Piece character in the game. Or fish, good question, where did it disappear to? I just told you, why the fuck would the program not be proof? Well, it's proof that she didn't eat, but it is not proof that he did not feed her. That's the thing. So it's not really like, oh, I didn't feed her. It's more or less like the food went somewhere, but not to her. The question is how, where, and what. Fish. What does it matter? What relevance does it have to the case? Well, guess what? It has relevance because she didn't eat. Case sees this stalling with inconsistential questions. Stop delving into the depth of the orca's stomach. Delve into the case instead. At the same time, this guy is the person who is not really trying too much with proof, but trying to make people believe in what he says. So for him to saying like stop thinking about the fish and stuff, it is just his personality. If he's the one responsible to feed her at the time and she didn't get her food, There's some pretty good evidence as he didn't feed her. Yeah, exactly. I'm doing good. Had to write a report for school today and figure out how the fuck to make an HTML. Good question. And HTML is basically coding. You often use it to be able to make windows and stuff. And other personal stuff, but now I'm just tired. That's fair enough. That's absolutely fair to be tired. For someone that hasn't learned too much about HTML, it is both easy and hard, I would say. It's like, it's easy if you understand the basic, but it needs some learning to do, because if I'm not mistaken, what I have like in my chat there is HTML, and I did have some problems trying to figure that out. How to actually make it as I wanted it to be. But wait, it seems like a small inconsistency. But it's an issue of great importance. What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? How could a fish disappear? Somebody must have eaten it. So who came to the show stage and ate Orla's fish? I think I might have a pretty good idea. I believe there must have been a visitor to the show stage that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice. Visitor? Are you trying to introduce yet another suspect at this 11th hour? Yeah, my friend also said that, but I don't really get it right now, not gonna lie. That's fair enough, like, not even me, like, I'm not the best at coding. After sitting and trying to figure stuff out, sure. But other than that, it's like, it goes a bit above my head sometimes. I don't plan to utter any careless remarks. Whether my remarks will actually be related to the case or not, I don't know yet. Don't worry, boss, if Taka comes this way, I'll fend him off. But do try to keep your remarks careful. Somehow Orla's fish disappeared. Somebody must have visited the show stage, but who? The penguin. I believe Rifle the penguin visited the show stage. First an orca, now the penguin. Well, also here is the One Piece character. If you remember the rapper from before. Same person. Oh, would you be saying such a thing, Mr. Lawyer? I didn't see Rifle during the wee early hours. I would suggest looking up some simple tutorials on YouTube. In that case, it's extra good if the teachers has an Indian accent. Fair enough. They know what they're talking about. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I kind of fucked up in choosing computer engineering instead of something more simple like animation. I don't know. It depends on if you like it or not. I can't really say so much about people's decisions. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you be loyal fan is solid, how you show me evidence. The bottom rifle's feet were pink for some reason. That fact is a clue that Rifle was indeed at the show stage. I have to present that piece of evidence that connects Rifle to the show stage. I already know which one because I did talk about it not being stars. This thing. The pink things up in the corner, it's not stars, it's penguin feet. And oh my, what a cute little sign! Yeah, I plan on doing that, but I usually get home past 4 or 5 PM, tired as fuck. Yep, absolutely understandable. These stars are actually starfish. Miss Buckler painted this sign. In the early morning hours of the 20th, she left this sign at the show stage to dry. Mr. Wright kept an eye on the sign for Miss Buckler while the paint was drying. Animation is simple, it's not difficult, but not easy. It's just a short scene can take a long time to animate. I can definitely agree, because I have done that before. I have done shit like that before. Hey, that be true. What's your point? And this sign is proof that Rifle visited the show stage. Proof of the penguin's visit. I'm afraid I won't see it. Group up there. A couple of the pink starfish are shaped a little differently from the others. Are you alright? It look almost like little leaves. Rifle had pink paint on the bottom of her feet. These little leaf-like shapes on the sign are actually Rifle's footprints. Rifle made these footprints by walking on the sign before it was dry. Oh, what a cute little pink penguin prints. So, there are footprints. What of? Marlon Rhymes was watching over this sign at the show stage while the paint dried. And during that time, the penguin paid a visit. According to the torpedo data system, we know that Rifle ate something that morning of the 20th. Most likely, Rifle ate a fish meant for Orla that was at the show stage. Orla's snack was a small quantity of fish, even a penguin could have eaten it all. Begad, Rifle ate Orla's fish? Who'd be to say Rifle ate Orla's fish? He could have picked up food anywhere. That doesn't change the fact that I really was at the... That doesn't change the fact that I really was at the show stage. After all, I had to help him move the skull rock. It couldn't have been moved without me. The witness claims he never saw the penguin. How do you explain this contradiction? Both Mr. Rhymes and Rifle were at the show stage, but Mr. Rhymes didn't see her. So where could Mr. Rhymes have been at the time? Righto. If you aren't up for the task, I could disprove this witness testimony for you. Oh, not gonna lie, I feel like everyone else in my family, especially my siblings, are more related to talent at art than me, because my older sister has made a painting on a canvas and can just draw anything, and my little brother has been drawing and making some pretty good animations on both digital art and pixel art. No, I'm not done with this chapter yet, because if I was, we would not be in this place. We're still doing this. But like everyone is good at different things. I'm very bad, as I said, to lift myself up, so I can't really like say what I'm good at, what I'm best at and stuff like that. I just do different things. Like sometimes I draw maps of different types, sometimes I just draw stickers of friends or people I know. To be honest, it's much nicer making them for friends because I'm just happy to see them happy. Because I have done like 2 sticker things for 2 random VTubers, and well, let's easy to say, it was just mostly silent. I had fun making them, but it was basically just silence. So everyone is just done good with different things. It depends on what you like to do sometimes. I like to make games, but I'm not gonna work with it because it was way too hectic with everything that was supposed to be done there and everything that was in school. Which I have discussed, yeah, perhaps not was the best at it, but goddamn, some of the things we were supposed to do was kinda obnoxiously, like, placed. One thing I can say about art experience, sure, some have talent, get better at it faster, but no one gets good at art by not spending hours at it. Yep, definitely. Even I can say that. Like, I say I'm not good at it, I will probably not ever be able to say I'm good at it, but I am still practicing and just doing things. Plus, I feel like I have a passion to do way many things that I end up burning me out so fast and make me stop doing anything. It can happen. Most of the times when that happens, I just take breaks from some things and then do other things. If I leave it to Prosecutor Blackwell, Sasha will be declared guilty. I can't let him interrupt this line of reasoning. If I show some of my art in Zell's channel, I can promise you I did not draw like that when I was a kid. Fair enough. I can definitely say I'm much better at drawing now than I was as a kid. I remember actually showing some stuff up on the local library. There was definitely a difference there. It's been happening since middle school and I still don't know how to fix it. No idea either. I feel like sometimes even I can get burned out of some things. Is that right? Let's try to figure out how things looked when Rifle came to the show stage. Mr. Rice was at the show stage. Mr. Rice was keeping an eye on Orla and the sign. And no one must be true because he helped move the skull rock. And then Rifle came in and walked over the sign. But wouldn't Mr. Rhymes notice Rifle if he was there? Well, let's think about where Mr. Rhymes could have been. Is there a place in the show stage area from which rifle could have been seen? I would say here.
Take that!
What? Inside the pool? But you're right. If it was inside the pool, it couldn't have noticed the rifle. So, are you saying Mr. Rhymes was underwater the whole time rifle was eating? No, not underwater. When I think about what he was trying to do, the answer is clear. Now I'm finally starting to get the whole picture. Just like yesterday, you two must always be whispering to each other. Why don't you admit that resorting to a penguin will get you nowhere?
Objection!
Oh, I don't know about that. The fact that Mr. Rhymes didn't notice rifle is such a small inconsistency. But it's a key point that proves Mr. Rhymes was what Mr. Rhymes was trying to do. The penguin is a key point. The show stage pool is very deep. If Rifle came to visit while Mr. Rhymes was at the bottom of this pool, he would never have noticed Rifle. Orcas can be out of water for a short time without sustaining damage, but if out of the water for a long time, they weaken and eventually die. In order to kill Orla, Mr. Rhymes had to drain the pool. And while the pool was drained of water, Mr. Shipley fell to his death. The show stage pool is about 65 feet deep, just like the Orca pool. Without water in the pool, a person could be made to fall 65 feet. If we continue with this plan to kill Orla, how would he dispose of Mr. Shipley's body? So they still devised a plan to kill two birds with one stone. What? How? Mr. Rhymes went down to the bottom of the pool and put the victim's body in the rock. He then had Miss Buckler move the rock and the body together.
Silence.
And the witness made the defendant do this somehow without arousing her suspicion. That's right, Mr. Shipley told Miss Buckler that she couldn't perform in the new show. Miss Buckler became upset and wanted to switch back to the old version of the show. So Mr. Rhymes conveniently suggested that she take and hide the property for the new show. Mr. Rhymes then manipulated Orca using her singing and lifesaver trick. He schemed to have Orla find the body while Mr. De Plume would be standing witness. He saddled Orla with a false charge of murder so that Orla would be put down. So the fact that the witness didn't see the penguin shows that when Rifle visited the show stage, Rhymes was putting the body in the rock. At the bottom of the pool, that is. Who would have thought the presence of a penguin could prove the witness' actions? It's working. Just a little further now and Sasha will be proven not guilty. If you think you've won this battle, you are surely mistaken. Your theory is based on the notion that the witness could have manipulated the witness. Can you control the Orca's actions? Of course not. What kind of bilge be that? Only put a simple animal keeper. If my memory wasn't Miss Buckler the only one who could have issued a command to the Orca? Nope. Hold on. I think we have it somewhere, but because we were told something. Ah, Summer's boyfriend has videos of her using a whistle to make the Orca do tricks. The judge's blade is sharper than the lawyer's. So technically, they aren't wrong. He can't do it, but they don't know about the videos. If you wish to do battle with a witness, you need a own blade. Where is your sword of evidence that Marlon Rhymes could manipulate the Orca? Rhymes had to have a manipulated Orla in order for his plan to work. But how could I prove it? Well, it appears this line of reasoning has become unsustainable.
Objection!
Nope, apparently not. Well, it appears that I was mistaken. Sina? Haven't I analyzed the heart of all kinds of people? I have enough experience to see when I look into your heart that you haven't given up. So that objection was my way of speaking up for your heart. She is right. Why would I become a lawyer again, only to give up? I have to keep fighting. I already know what I'm gonna show here, like there is no problem. With your help, I will remember the old right ways. Right way? Your Honor, I'm not finished with presenting my argument. Do you have anything else to ask this witness? You cross-examined all the witnesses and presented all your evidence. All the witnesses? I don't think so. I haven't cross-examined the most important one, central figure in both cases. The central figure. The one involved in not only one. Oh god. We're gonna cross-examine a Orca. Yeah, this is gonna be wonderful. Nope, I think it's gonna be Orla. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Orla. Rifle hasn't been a part in neither of them. Rifle has just been running around, rifling people. Who are you talking about? I demand you tell the court immediately. Who is this central figure in both cases? Who do you think? The one that actually was the murderer first? The defense called the central figure in both cases, Orla the Orca. You intend to cross-examine an Orca? Are you mad? Cross-examine an Orca? You must be addled. It would be impossible, say I. It's difficult making his voice with this kind of way. I tried for a Kirby ball. Yeah, definitely. That would be an interesting Kirby ball. This absurdity is beyond the pale. How do you expect to question Orca, a creature incapable of speech? Orla is intrinsically involved in this case. I have every right to cross-examine her. There is a difference between having the right to do it and are you insane enough to do it. Besides, even if she can't speak, I think cross-examine her will be in something. I didn't read that. Do what you will then. But if you fail, garner anything from this little exercise with the Orca. I hope you realize the reward from your effort will be the defendant's guilty verdict. Invaluable. There we go, thank you. For some reason my brain went to unvulnerable, but that's not the thing, so my brain just stopped trying to figure out what it was. Holy shit, it's like I cross-examined the parrot all over again, yeah. So, cross-examining Orla, huh? That was a bold move, boss. Now all we have to do is figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla. Easy. That's right. Now it's Orla's turn to help us save Sasha. An Orca defended yesterday, an Orca witness today. This is truly unprecedented. But even though this is highly unusual, I am prepared to allow it, mostly because it really amuses me. Byleaf, ready to witness telecast. We'll have a 10-minute recess while telecast is being set up. How long do you need to take to turn on a television? 20 minutes to turn on a television. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Ooh, nice drawing. Are we gonna continue? We still have basically 1.5 hours left. Let's see here. Nope. Oh, but did I go to the menu? How the fuck did I do this? Hold on. I thought I pressed continue. Apparently, I did not. I went to the start menu. I was like, wait, how did I manage to get here? I'm pretty certain I did not win. How? Now we're just gonna have to wait for this to load. I got so confused, like, wait, why did we go to the start menu? Because for some reason, my brain just went, oh, let's just click a button and hope for the best. Maybe to use to think of something like calling Orla, Miss Right? Well, she's the only one who knows all the answers after all. I just talked to Pearls and she said Orla seems to be feeling fine. Now I have to try to figure out how Mr. Rhymes manipulated Orla. Easy, we already have proof of it. If we put Mr. Rhymes and Orla together, maybe we can get some kind of clue. And I can't forget about that strange set of fingerprints of Rhymes either. I think he wasn't down in the pool, I think he was up there. But I believe like the captain fell and that's why the handprints are upside down, because he leaned over to check on things. I really appreciate you trying to see both Orla and me. I had no idea Marlon hated Orla like that. I feel like I've been shocked by a torpedo ray. Torpedo ray? Why are you in here? Oh, of course he would have hated the killer whale that murdered his girlfriend right in front of him. Oh, Mr. Plume, you've been watching this the trial? Is she allowed in here? Oh yes, I came to make a declaration of war. Declaration of war? No matter the results of today's trial, I will report the truth in my new book. Even if that truth goes against what I wrote. Is the killer whale whale? The killer whale, Jesus. I don't know about the truth. It's not even about what happened a year ago. But the crab. Why is everyone in here? Zora died right in front of my eyes in the middle of a pirate show. She suddenly fell from Orca's back and began thrashing around in pain. Orca was singing a song and then started headbutting Azura over and over. Finally, the Orca took Azura in her mouth and brought her to the side of the pool. Just before she died, Azura was holding her chest. Now he has pain. She was holding her chest? Wait a minute. Could it be... I don't think Orla was to blame for the incident a year ago either. What? Bro, I'm gonna hit the side. No problem at all. Have a wonderful rest. And do take care. Have a good rest, have a good night's sleep, and do take care. I will be back tomorrow with I don't know what, because I am done with Unicorn Overlord. I think the cause of Miss Summer's death might have been her heart condition. A heart condition? I'm gonna wake up at 4, so if I sleep now, I'll at least have 4 hours of sleep. Jesus. Just hearing like something that is less than at least 6 is like, mate, seriously. A heart condition? What heart condition? Never heard anything about it. Miss Summers had a prescription with a Hickfield clinic for a heart condition. The orca didn't kill her. I think it's possible her heart condition did. What? Sora had a heart condition too. Oh nice, did Bengaria become queen? Yes, temporarily. I say temporarily because apparently she was her personality was not of that of a queen, not like in a bad sense, but more like her wits and stuff was too much. So I think she started traveling or something. But other than that, yes. Well, Sora had a heart condition too. I guess she hid it from everybody. Just like I did. So that means the orca was innocent a year ago too. It's just a theory, but I think the orca headbutted Azura to check on her. And then they did a lifesaver trick to rescue her. Anyway, see ya. Yeah, take care. So there was no need to put the orca down at all. So, you really did intend to put Orla down? No, Jack and I were against such a thing from the start. But you said were you going to euthanize the orca? Yep, I've been wondering about that. Dr. Crab, about this capsule. It's not a poison, but a sleeping drug, right? That's right, even if Orla attacks. Or even if the Center of Dangerous Animal Control demands she's put down. Never had any intention of killing her. I'd use sleeping pills to make it look like she was dead and then set her free. That's why I purchased so many sleeping capsules. That's why! I never considered the possibility that the poor woman's death was illness. She seems pretty disturbed by the wrong. I simply want to know the truth. That is why I will tell you who my client is. The day I witnessed the owner's death, I was there at the request of the animal keeper. Marlon Rhymes, huh? That is correct. That day, my client called me and asked to investigate the orca. He must have wanted you to witness what the Orla was going to do. Why did you decide to tell us this? My desire to bring my client was standing in the way of the truth. I couldn't allow that. I've been watching to see how this all unfolds. Good luck to you, blue and yellow duo. Well, that was quite a bombshell she just dropped, and so casually too. That woman really is a free spirit. Hopefully she's free from this room now. Do you remember what I said yesterday, Mr. Lawyer? That you'd expose any secret if I could help with safe Sash. I remember. It's my duty as a lawyer. Well, I just wanted you to know that I don't blame you for exposing Aquarium's secret. Maybe put me in hot water, but if it helps save the orca, I'll clue her in on another secret. Focus on the orca's song. The orca's song, huh? What could he be hinting? Oh, Mr. Wright, looks like it's time. Alright, let's go back in. You got it, boss. We're gonna go in there and save Sash and Orla together. Yeah, I know what that is, but I can also say now with the proof we have, there were two different songs. One that Athena sang and one that the Plume sang. So there are two different songs. So that is basically what it's saying. The court will now reconvene. It is the witness Orla Shipley, commonly known as Orla Ready. Well, the orca is present. But I highly doubt she's understand what's going on. Well, she did answer, so she definitely knows what's going on. Oh, just as normal as yesterday. I distinctly remember you being afraid of her several occasions. Now then, Mr. Wright, how do you propose to cross-examine the witness? I intend to have the young lady there with Orla help me. Oh, hello everyone. Oh, that young lady. Did I meet her once before a long time ago? Yep, 7 years ago, or at least 8 years, something like that. Yep, that's Pearl Fay, my old friend. Well, didn't she grow up to be a lovely young lady? I have no interest in this chit-chat. On with the cross-examination. Mr. Wright, this is all your fault. Why are you dawdling? Why is this my fault? Good questions. The court will now hear the testimony of Orla Shipley. I don't remember how this will actually go. I don't remember what we do here. So I'm actually kind of curious. How are we supposed to do this? Okay. Yeah. Good to know. Alright. Yeah. I understand. Okay. Yeah, I don't really understand shit of that. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Do you seriously intend to cross-examine this orca? Well, she is a key witness for the defense after all, sir. He just sits up there like, I don't know how much I can agree on this. Every time you come to my courtroom, you open my eyes to a new way of thinking. And I don't know if I appreciate it. It appears this will be another one of those times. Yes, he's given me a go-ahead. I'd now like to put the witness and Mr. Rhyme together and see how he manipulated Orca. Hopefully Orla will have some kind of reaction. Fine by me. Well, nothing will happen, I tell you. Your way of thinking, bro, you can't think in the first place. Yeah, Mr. Rhymes was right, nothing is happening. Guess I shouldn't have expected it to be easy. How did he manipulate her? I do love you didn't think of that for the 20-minute recess you had. Right, though. I hope you realize that if you can't prove with this cross-examination how Rhymes controlled the orc, your defendant will be declared guilty immediately. Yes, I realize that. This is my last chance. I have to figure out how Rhymes commanded Orla to do her tricks. Please begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Should I press any of this? I kind of want to do that just for the shits. Yeah, I'm gonna press one of them just because. I'm gonna press them just because of shits and giggles. I don't care. Hold it. Miss Shipley, I'm afraid the tweet is not going to get us anywhere. This is your plan of action. If you are incapable of interpreting Orca speech, this entire exercise is pointless. Sometimes me and trying to say words are completely bullshit. You leave the interpretation of Orla's heart to me. That I can at least deal with. Yeah, interpreting. Like, interpretation I can say, but interpreting is like the small word of it, so my brain want to do interpretation. But I have to take away interpretation part, and it's just like, wait, hold on, how do you pronounce this? Alright, Gel, what you got to say? Let me hear it. Well, I know you can understand hearts. Can you actually understand her heart? I think the silence is no. Okay, that was a bit of a waste of thing. Interpreting. I'm so bad with this. Interpreting. I don't. My brain doesn't function right now. I do, Miss Shipley. Please continue with your testimony. Okay, you know what? I don't think there's anything I can do other than presenting some shit here. Objection! There we go. Sasha told me an interesting story about Miss Summers. Fuck's sake, oh, fair enough. Interpreting, okay. I don't know why it was so difficult for me to read that. What is going on with my brain sometimes? Thank you for the video. Oh, good lord, we need a video for that. Azura used to send her boyfriend videos of herself teaching the orchid tricks. I used to help Azura take the videos on her TV phone. For some reason, like, my brain didn't want to function on that one. I don't know why. Of course, Miss Nick. What is it? You're using Mr. Rhyme's TV phone, correct? I'd like to examine it for me. Please look for videos of Azura Summers issuing whistle commands to Orla. Videos. I'm not too sure how to do that, but I'll give it a try. My apologies to Marlon. Right. What are you up to? Almost gave me an aneurysm as I just gave up and looked up a video. Fair enough, actually. Absolutely fair enough. Oh, Mr. Nick, I found them. I found some videos like you described. You did? Thank you, Miss Faye. Just as I suspected. How did Marlon Rhymes get Orla to do those tricks? I will now show you. With Mr. Rhymes' cell phone. His cell? Are you implying he used an app? Miss Faye, see if you can issue Orla a command. Me? Can I do such a thing? You might be able to if you play a video with a whistle signal in it. If there's a video with a lifesaver trick, please play that. Before you do though, please put the practice dummy in the pool. At the practice dummy, oh, alright. Here in it goes. There, it's sank to the bottom. Now I play the video. Orla's diving down, heading straight for the dummy. What a smart girl you are, Orla. The lifesaver trick was a complete success, Mr. Nick. Thank you, Miss Faye. You were a big help. Now I have proof. Unbelievable. You actually pulled it. That was the lifesaver trick we saw yesterday. Is Miss Faye an orca trainer now? No, in a sense, I guess so. No, Your Honor, I'll explain after we try one more trick. Now let's see if we can command Orla to do this singing trick. Miss Faye, if there's a video of the singing trick, please play that. Oh, certainly. Let's see. Is it this video? Yep, she sang. My, isn't she wonderful? That was the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. Oh, what a lovely singing voice. It wasn't bad. By the way, how does Miss Faye give the orca commands? Marlon Rhymes has something on his phone that his girlfriend Azura Summers sent him. There are videos of Miss Summers issuing commands to Orla with a whistle. If they have Orla listen to the sounds of the signals, anyone at all could command Orla. Oh my, anyone at all? Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. All they would have to do is play those videos. Mr. Wright, please submit those videos as evidence. I'm getting the sneaky suspicion that Judge just wants to try it out himself. Miss Faye, could you send those videos to the TV phone here? Oh, alright, certainly. Got them. Alright, I'll play one. And I realized when I heard that, it is not the same song as Orla was singing. That was the one that the plume was singing, which basically has two different tones. So this was a training session a year ago, huh? Wait a minute. There's something about that song that bothers me. If the orca can be commanded using videos on her cell phone, then that means Marlon Rhymes could have manipulated the creature. Mr. Rhymes, you can't talk your way out of it now. Silence. Oop. And apparently he is not caring. I have to command. That was pretty good proof. I couldn't see if Marlon Rhymes could have manipulated the orc. But isn't it true that the defendant could have done it as well? All she would have to do is to use the whistle. The wizard she knows how to use so well. And she wouldn't have had to use those videos. Surely you admit it's a possibility. That, well, possibility and possibility, that's the only thing I've been bringing up. She could have easily had Norma the Plume witness the singing and the lifesaver. She's trying to argue it was equally possible for Sasha as it was for Rhymes, is she? But is that true? Let me think about that for a minute. That's right, those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang. Oh! While it sang the Swashbuckler song. First of all, she can do one command at a time, I believe. Not both. And not only that, the Swashbuckler Spectacular song is something completely different for the Plume. The culprit made sure Mr. Plume heard the song and saw the lifesaver trick. Could Sasha have shown the two trick to the witness? She couldn't have. No, I don't think Miss Buckler could have created the same condition as the culprit. You challenged me to a battle. I hope your sword is sharp. Let me see those sword skills. Don't worry, my sword is drawn already. Yeah, she can't do two at the same time. Mr. Plume said in her testimony that she witnessed these two tricks at the same time. However, that fact is inconsistent with how Orla performed tricks. How Orla performed tricks? What are you talking about? Orla can't perform two tricks at once. She performed only one trick per whistle signal. That's how she's been trained. In other words, it would be just like with a dog. If you tell him to both sit and shake, he won't do them at the same time. Am I understanding correctly? Yeah, that's a way of interpreting it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the idea, Your Honor. I wonder if the judge has a dog. Why are you laughing so much? What a farce. So you're saying that the witness somehow managed to produce an impossible scenario? Impossible scenario? There was a big-ass speaker. If the creature's own trainer couldn't do it, how could I? Fair enough. Yes, it's a mystery, isn't it? Boss, you don't have to agree so cheerfully. The fence is claiming that Marlon Rhymes manipulated the order. But if I cannot explain fully how this was done, your argument doesn't hold water. If you can't straighten your own theory, would you like me to straighten it? No thank you. So Orla can't do two tricks at the same time, but Mr. Plume saw her do it. It's logical inconsistency means there is a flaw. This is logical inconsistency, which means there is a flaw somewhere. Was Mr. Plume lying? Or is it not true that Orla can do two tricks at the same time? But Mr. Plume had no reason to lie about such a thing. If it really is impossible Orla performed two tricks at once, then maybe either the lifesaver trick or the singing trick was faked? Faked. Yes, maybe Orla only performed one of the tricks, but it was made to look like she performed two.
Silence.
Maybe. How do you expect to conduct a sword battle with a conjecture? Sounds like you better present some evidence here, and fast. Hopefully quickly. And although I am concerned about your profuse sweating, Mr. Wright, allow me to ask you. Which one of the was faked, the singing one? The defense wishes to argue that the singing trick was faked. And on what grounds do you base your assertion that the trick was faked? This thing, because there are two different songs. This is a recording of a recent Swashbuckler Spectacular. In this recording, Orla sings the same song she sang for Miss Faye earlier. But Mr. Plume said this song is different from the one that was sung a year ago. Well, the song is different. Please listen to the song in the video from a year ago, sent to this cell phone. Yes, it sounds quite different from the song Orla sang for Miss Faye earlier. And yet, this is the same video Miss Faye used to issue the command to Orla to sing. By having Mr. Plume listen to the song recorded on the cell phone video, the true culprit made Mr. Bloom think Orla was singing the song from a year ago. Only Marlon Rhymes, the owner of the cell phone videos, could have done this.
Silence.
But Mr. Plume said she heard the orca singing right in front of her. How do you claim he made her think that? How was the song recorded and played? Oh, I intend to explain that too, of course. What? The answer lies somewhere in Orca Pool visitors' corridor. Yeah, the speakers. Mr. Plume heard a song while she was in the Orca Pool visiting corridor. There's a speaker in that corridor so that visitor can hear the orca's sounds. And you claim the song was played from that speaker. How? Simple. These, because it can use to broadcast inside the aquarium. Mr. Rhymes could broadcast a song in the video to the speaker by using a walkie-talkie. And they could get Orla to do a trick by letting her hear Miss Summer's whistle signal too. He played the singing through the speaker, and he made Orla do the life-saving trick. All of this was the doing of the true culprit, Marlon Rhymes. This is what you did, isn't it, Mr. Rhymes? You did it. Now we can see both Sasha and Orla. Just leave it to Captain Wright's swashbuckling lawyers to win the case. I don't remember agreeing to that name. So, it actually was possible for Mr. Rhymes to manipulate Orca. I'm stunned. I see we will need to hear more from this witness. Mr. Rhymes, the time has come for you to tell the court the truth. Oh. He's eating again. So you use a walkie-talkie, you say? Sorry, you're dead wrong, bucko. It'd be impossible, I say. What's that? What do you mean impossible? I shall sing a little shanty this in your scurvy theory. Fuck you well, you know. Oh, for crying out loud, not as a testimony. The Okay, if I could not do this in an automatic way, I would try to do as he does there. But this is now automatic and this becomes much more difficult for me to do. I hate when I do automatic thing. But we already know how it went. His might be broken, but there is one missing. Here we go again with that flip-flop music. Broken. All the flimsy excuses. Bilge sucking. That was uncalled for. I didn't even have time to actually hear the bilge sucking. You probably broke it on purpose after the fact. Ah, that be untrue, lassie. Although I can't prove when it really was. Luckily be for me, Lars be the one. You have the proving to do. Yeah, we already know what that there is one missing. Ah, easy. Well, easy and easy. Like, the only problem I have is I think like sometimes one step ahead, which means I know exactly what it is I want to do, but end up being somewhere else. For example, I know that he must have taken the other walkie-talkie. So the question is, do I present the walkie-talkie or do I present the body? Because the body was missing on the walkie-talkie. The problem is also where. Your walkie-talkie be broke for real, Mr. Lawyer's freestyle got no appeal. I'm not gonna do this in voice, but I'm kind of broke before the plume on the see Jesus. Broke before Wright could even dream. Jesus. This is such a weird thing to read. Legit goof during cleaning time, But Bill sucking lawyer spitting lies. That orca, you don't listen to me, Kay. Kill the captain, you... Yo, you so cracker. This is such a ridiculous thing to read. Legit goof during cleaning. Broke before the plume on scene. Walkie-talkie broke for real, Mr. Lawyer. Yeah, this is the problem. Where do I press this? Not press. Where do I present this? Do you have some way of proving that statement?
Silence.
The burden of proof is on you. If you can't do that, then we can end this cross-examination right now. I don't even have time to read those things. I just sit there like, wait, what? Okay, let's try. Let's try something here. It says we're gonna prove, that's the thing. Where do we prove it? Okay, so it must be either first or second. I'm gonna press this as well, just in case. Mr. Rhymes, are you sure it was your walkie-talkie that was broken? Of course I'll be sure, although it doesn't have my name written or anything. But you can't prove been up my walkie-talkie now, can you? I never save Sasha this way. I have to figure out how he got command to Orla. If Rhymes can get command to the Orla, your theory crumbles. Everything you've done will go up in smoke. But not on the prosecutor's side neither, mind you. Defend and be innocent, say I. Well, either way, my walkie-talkie was broke. And that be the truth. Okay, so... we broke for real. Reading this as a rap makes it actually much more difficult. Broke before... Okay, I'm just gonna present this thing.
Objection!
Nope, not there because the music continued. I know it's that. It basically says in the text his walkie-talkie was missing. $8 worth of penalties, Jesus. Okay, present it here instead.
Objection!
Fuck! Where do I present this thing then? I know this is the thing. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna have to save just in case of fuck shit up here. Just in case. You made a big blunder. What happened? How the hell, Sasha with the cleaning and dropped the axe and broke it. I wish to see it. I still have it with me. It doesn't. It appear to be broken. That's my walkie-talkie broken. There'd be no way I could have done what you said. Couldn't have given the orca any commands. Oh, your walkie-talkie broke. Isn't that just so convenient? Mr. Rhymes, I think you broke it on purpose. Miss Lawyer, none of your false accusation of you, please. I broke it on purpose. What do you prove? I don't have any proof. If this walkie-talkie was broken, it throws a monkey wrench in my whole business. I knew that Pearls borrowed his cell phone so casually yesterday. I must have already confident I wouldn't be able to prove anything. You'll never get me to agree that Poxtalker Benson. If something be not done about her, she'll get Sasha one day too. If I could kill the captain, it won't me. So you intend to continue claiming that the defendant is innocent? But I won't stand for that. Now, Raito, what's your next move? Your Honor, I would like to examine that walkie-talkie if you don't mind. Oh, okay, apparently we needed to press shit. Here is what I say, I am one step ahead. I am thinking of this is what I need to use. Because it proves it's gone, and even if it's broken, he could have used that one. Let's see if there's anything way to tell the walkie-talkie was broken. If you gave Orla that command, then it couldn't have been broken at the time. Let me guess. I think I know exactly which one, because if this is his and it's broken, then it's broken. But if this is broken and not his, I know who it is. But it depends on when we check the backside of it. Now, let's check every large inch of it, anything off. Yep. This is Sasha's. This is not his. Huh? Look at these. These look like tooth marks. Hey, right. A bite this big. I wonder if it was Orla. Wait. A walkie-talkie with tooth marks. So his wasn't broken, but he took one that was broken. Which was the captain's one. It was the walkie-talkie Asura used right up until her death. So yeah, this is basically what I say. I am one step ahead, because if it isn't his, then he must have used the captain one. But I didn't think of checking it first. She left tooth mark in Asura's walkie-talkie. The captain said he always kept a walkie-talkie with him, so he'd never forget. Rhyme said his walkie-talkie was his... couldn't be. Not a lot about it, don't you agree? Time to give it up, Miss Liar. Forget about the hook and just save Sasha, say I. Can't do that. Now that I'm finally a lawyer again. How could I hold my head up if I made my client so miserable? Oh yeah, stab him on, yeah? I'm gonna press this one as well, just to check. There could have been some other way besides the walkie-talkie to issue command. Okay, now we're gonna skip this. Bye. Yes, the Orca could have received the signal from the defendant's whistle. Is that a point you're trying to conceal? Nope, that's not what I'm trying to say. Some other way besides the whistle. Tell you about what Orc is doing. You don't belay all this bilge. I shall diss you with some rap. Okay, so I think it's not the walkie-talkie or the thing. I think it's the book. His statement might not have changed, but the meaning of one of them may have. Well, you thought of something.
Objection!
Shit. I'm a bit uncertain actually which one I'm supposed to do here. I'm gonna do another one here. I know I've only have one left, but I kinda don't want to like deal with the examination of that thing again. Or is it that now we understand it's the captain's?
Objection!
Nope. Apparently I was wrong. I was wrong. Okay. Problem is this is what I mean. I know exactly the answer to this. I just don't know which part I need to do first and which order and where. So we know the meaning of his being broken. But we also know that the one he showed was not his, it was the captain's, or Sasha's, basically.
Hold it!
Whoops. I'm gonna try the thing here, actually. Because we have some clue here, but it said one of these, like, that gave me the thing. But it doesn't feel... Oh. Okay, you know what? Well, at the same time it feels so, we know where we got it. I'm gonna use this.
Objection!
Nope, apparently not. I think my brain is going mushy. I think my brain going mushy. There is something going on here, and I know what's going on because I've already said here what's going on. The problem is I don't know how to get there. That's the issue. So I used this. Did I use this?
Objection!
I did. Okay. Sorry, my brain just went like, wait, which one was it I'm supposed to do? Brain go mush. Oh, I think I just saved over it. God damn it. Doesn't matter. Let's do this. Question is where I'm supposed to use them. And also which one I'm supposed to use. Am I supposed to use the captain or the book? I think I'm supposed to use the autopsy, right?
Hold it!
And they're just gonna skip this because we have been here. Yeah, we know. Okay. I am so uncertain because the way he talks is annoying the hell out of me. But it is broken. But he just goofed during a cleaning time. we have anything else here? Fuck it. I don't know. I'm just gonna do both of these. I'm just gonna try both of these because I'm a bit uncertain, actually.
Objection!
Okay, so that was a book.
Objection!
Okay, there we have it. You see what I mean? That was the one I was focused on before, but then I couldn't. And then I found out about it, and then I couldn't figure out where I was gonna put it. Maybe stolen from the victim is Jack Shipley. A queer maybe look like a band of pirates, but they were... According to the defendant's statement, Miss Shipley talked to her on his walkie-talkie before his death. However, no walkie-talkie was found near the victim's body. The things the police just didn't look out enough. Besides, the captain walkie-talkie wasn't broken. Maybe that's not right. This walkie-talkie has nothing to do with mine. I'm not so sure about if that's true. The victim fell to his death. It's quite possible his walkie-talkie broke in the fall. You stole the walkie-talkie after the victim's death, didn't you, Mr. Rhymes? I will not allow such a leading questions, right? If you claim the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim, show me your evidence. Oh, certainly. I plan on doing just that. Please take a look at the tooth marks here on the walkie-talkie. Tooth marks? Oh, yes, I see them. The victim's walkie-talkie was a keepsake that used to belong to Azura Summers, who died a year ago. These tooth marks were left by Orla when she carried Miss Summers in her mouth. If this is Mr. Shipley's walkie-talkie, and Mr. Rhymes' walkie-talkie is still unaccounted for, which means he could have used it to command the orc after all. And that's not all, Your Honor. The only one who could have taken the victim's walkie-talkie is the culprit himself. The fact that Marlon Rhymes has the victim's walkie-talkie is proof that he murdered Jack Shipley. Fair enough. Sink me. Oh. Not so fast, Mr. Liar. Alright. Well, still won't admit it. Well, this walkie-talkie been mine, I say I. Then how do you explain the tooth marks on it? I've met many run-ins with the orc after all, myself. She bit me more than once, and my walkie-talkie too. Evidence of a fight I caught here into my body. My goodness, I can clearly see the tooth marks on scars on your skin. What? Are those really scars from being bit by Orla? I can't let him run this show. I have to find a way to prove the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim. Hey, kid, forget about fingerprints. I'll always keep my walkie-talkie clean and polished. This man had everything worked out before he even took the stand. I won't give up. There has to be a way. Mr. Wright, I found something interesting. The tooth marks on the walkie-talkie. Notice anything funny about them? Funny? Funny how? Yeah, one tooth is missing, actually. I see that now. Something's different about them compared to the other tooth marks I've seen. The only other ones I remember are the ones on the practice dummy. It's just a tiny difference. It might not even mean anything. Yeah, the pattern doesn't match. It's missing a tooth. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna check something then. I'm just gonna check something in case here. I'm gonna check the book here. Yeah, there is one missing there as well. If I can figure out what the difference about the bite marks, maybe I can somehow prove Ram's walkie-talkie actually belongs to the victim. Think, Phoenix. You can turn everything around right here and right now. Is this gonna be a brain moment? Yeah, it is. Brain fart moment. Time to review the facts we have so far. With the intent of killing Orla, Rhymes drained the show pool stage. But Rhymes failed to kill Orla and instead Shipley's murder on Orla. In order to manipulate Orla, Rhymes must have used a cell phone and walkie-talkie. What the walkie-talkie Rhymes has is broken. I think it's the victim's walkie-talkie and the one he keeps as a memento for Sarah Summers. I have to find a way to prove that it's indeed the victim's walkie-talkie. Which piece of evidence left on the walkie-talkie? It's the Orcam tooth marks. We have two pieces of evidence with tooth marks, the walkie-talkie and the dummy. What's striking about these pieces? They're different. Two variations, huh? Wasn't that their trick Orla had two different variations as well? The song. A year ago the Orca's song and teeth marks were different from what they are now. What could be the cause of these two inconsistencies? What's behind the fact that the Orca's tooth marks and song were different a year ago? It was a different Orca. I'm starting to think there are two different Orcas. The one a year ago and Orla now. And if the Orca a year ago wasn't Orla, it means the bite marks on the walkie-talkie isn't Orla's like Rhymes said it was. I can finally prove the walkie-talkie belonged to the victim. And that's also why Dr. Krabs said, listen to the song. Because each Orla knows different song. Mr. Wright, you appear to be lost in thought there. Is everything alright? Are you ill? I just realized something astonishing, Your Honor. Your face is what's astonishing, right, Donald? Your rudeness is what's astonishing, Prosecutor Blackwell. And what is this astonishing thing you realized? Until just now, I thought the Orca at Shipship Aquarium a year ago and Orla were the same Orca. However, two inconsistencies led me to a new fact. And that fact is that there might be two Orla Shipleys. What? Two different Orcas? I don't like automatic. Order in the court! Explain yourself. What is the basis of this preposterous claim? The Orca's show song a year ago and the one now are different. I believe it's because the Orca a year ago was a different Orca. Two different Orcas, two different songs. It explains the show song contradiction. Not be the Belchwater talk. I don't understand. I'm talking about the truth. The truth that will finally catch you out in your lies. You claim that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were Orla's, but that's not true. The two different bite mark patterns on the walkie-talkie and the dummy proves it. What? Two different patterns, you say?
Silence.
While I can see, there is a possibility that two different Orcas exist. Bite mark patterns alone are not proof enough. I want more conclusive evidence. Alright, I will show you conclusive evidence then. So he wants to see the evidence other than the bite mark patterns, does he? The Orca a year ago and Orla have different songs and different teeth. Don't I have two different videos on band that can be used to compare those differences? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna save just in case, because I'm pretty certain I know what videos. It is basically the ship shape thing, or the swashbuckler thing, but yeah. Yeah, there are no other videos. It must be this one. Orca's teeth don't grow back like sharks. They're like us. Once gone, it's gone. Yeah, that's my thought as well. Like, they can't just be gone. Wait, am I gonna do this, or am I gonna do this as well? Please compare these two videos, one from a year ago and one recent. As discussed, the two orcas are singing two different songs. Please also pay special attention to the appearance of the two orca teeth. How exactly do you claim the teeth are different? Let's look at the shot in the two videos where the orca's teeth are shown. This is Orla in a recent video of the Swashbuckler Spectacular Pirate Show. As you can see, she has all of her teeth. Oh, what a healthy smile she has! I'm a bit envious. Now let's take a look at the TV phone video from a year ago. Just as I thought, their teeth are different. Oh, I believe the smile looks a little different from the other one we saw a moment ago. As you can see, the orca from a year ago has one tooth that's been broken off. If the teeth are different, then... Yes, if the teeth are different, they of course leave different bite mark patterns. On the practice dummy, you can see Orla's uniform pattern with all her teeth. On the walkie-talkie, you can see that one tooth is missing from the pattern. Oh, I see! Just like the smile of the orca in last year's video. The tooth mark on the walkie-talkie were not made by the orca we know as Orla. They were made by a year ago by a different orca. Two different orcas! Can't believe it. The statement that the tooth marks on the walkie-talkie were from Orla was a lie. The truth is the walkie-talkie was stolen from the victim Jack Shipley. If the teeth mark doesn't fit, then you must have quit. Yeah, exactly. Time to wrap him down. He really has a fucking grudge in the Orla. Oh. What do you think people see when they see this? I am so confused, like... Excuse me, what the fuck is going on? Oh, hi there. Once again, I'm too weak. Oh. Yep, we got him. The thing is just in his head, he feels like he's on a sinking ship. Yes, that I understand, that it feels like it's on a sinking ship. But, like, what other people see him do while that is happening? Like, if he's actually physically looking like that, it's like, excuse me, what are you up to? Well, it would appear we should hear more from the defendant about Orla Shipley. Sasha Buckler. Yes, Captain Judge. Is what Mr. Wright claims true? Are there two different orcas? The secret that Shipyard Aquarium was hiding was about Orla, wasn't it? Dr. Crab told me to focus on the orca's song. He hinted it would be a clue. Phoenix is right. The one we call Orla is the second Orla Shipley. There actually used to be two orcas at the Shipyard Aquarium. They used to call the first Orla Shipley just Ora for short. Ora and Orla are sisters. The captain rescued them both when they got beached on the shore. But Orla was in a bad shape and the ship's doctor had to look after her for a long time. Both orcas loved the captain, so we decided to keep them at the Ship Aquarium. Why did you say anything about there being two orcas? Well, because After the incident a year ago, Aura was put down. What? Aura is dead? Yeah, the Center of Dangerous Animal Control demanded it. Apparently the captain and the ship's doctor begged them. We put the first one down, so please leave the second one alone, he said. Anyway, after the incident a year ago, the captain told us he was gonna put Orla in the pirate show as Aura Shipley. He asked us to keep quiet about Aura's death until the time was right. What a surprising and complex tale. Did all Ship Aquarium employees know about this? No, just a select few of us. Mr. Rhymes, did you know about it? Of course not. How could I? Tell me, Mr. Rhymes, did you plan on killing Orla from the start? Yeah, I planned to do it during the cleaning, so I drained the pool. I think if I didn't do something about that base, Sasha's life would be in danger. Sasha trusted that Orca just as much as Azura did. I wanted to protect her. I couldn't help Azura, so I felt like protecting Sasha was the least I could do. Duty. I believe my strength would be ready to kill the Orca. I fought with sharks. When the captain realized my plan and tried to save the Orca. And that is why you killed Jack Shipley. Now the report from the crime lab finally makes sense. Report from the crime lab? Why did it come in so late? In court yesterday, you will recall I showed a photo of the victim lying on his back. According to the lab, the brutus on the victim's right wrist was Rhyme's handprint. Oh, I didn't even realize that. His handprint. I don't know how it fits in with the case until I heard Rhyme's story just now. But now we can imagine the reason for it being. Rhymes must have made the handprint when he fought with the victim over the orc. Absolute fucking bird brain. Yeah, I can agree. A handprint made during the struggle. I don't care what happens to me anymore. I deserve the death penalty. I don't want to kill the captain. Please give Sasha a not guilty verdict. You accept your defeat well, I see. Let me be your guide to hell. Get on with the verdict, you balls. I see. This is an unprecedented trial that began with an orca as the defendant. Has finally come to a close. Sasha's saved. Orla's going to be happy. Sasha's not guilty verdict is coming. Why do I still have this strange nagging feeling? Rhyme's handprint on the victim's right wrist. Was it really the result of a deadly struggle over the orca? Can't shake the feeling that handprint had some other hidden meaning. Is this trial going to end without revealing the whole truth? Yeah, very well. This court find the defendant Sasha Buckler.
Hold it!
Yeah, we are gonna have to do this apparently, and everyone is like, what the fuck is going on? I'm pretty certain he didn't fight him. The captain managed to fall in, and Rhyme tried to actually pull him up, but he couldn't. That's why there's a big-ass mark on his wrist. Because he held on for dear life. Not only that, that is also why there is like a upside-down handprint on the ladder. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? I would like to further explore this new evidence the prosecution just submitted. But what a complaint could you have? You're about to get your not guilty verdict. I see no need to prolong this trial, Mr. Wright. Your Honor, we still don't know the entire truth of this case. This unnatural handprint Mr. Rhyme left on the victim's right wrist. I don't think it was the result of a fight between the two men. Not the result of a fight! Then what do you suggest it was? Boss, what are you doing? Do you remember what evidence we found at the show stage? Evidence? What evidence? That mysterious mark might be the key to understanding the whole case. Your Honor, the defense would like to submit evidence that will expose the truth of this case. A mysterious piece of evidence that pairs with Mr. Rhymes' unnatural handprint.
Take that!
Marlon Rhymes left behind a very unusual set of fingerprints at the show stage. In what way were they unusual? They were right-handed prints on the left side of the ladder. And also upside down. If one were to grasp the ladder with the same way as the prints, it would look like this. It looks like the ladder is being grasped from above. Exactly, Your Honor. And the handprint of the victim's right wrist, it was held with a powerful grip. Marlon Rhymes grasped the show stage ladder in an unnatural pose. If he was gripping the virgin's wrist with in this position, gripping the victim's wrist, then it must have been. It means Mr. Rhymes was actually. That's right. If we couple the natural handprint with mysterious fingerprint, we see that Marlon Rhymes was trying to save the victim's life. What? But that can't be. It's impossible. So to put it simply, this was not a murder, this was an accidental death. It was just that because it was framed on Orla, everything became as if it was murder. Yeah. Aye. Mr. Rhymes, we want to hear the truth directly from you. I gotta hand it to you, Mr. Liar. You got skills. Why? Why did you have to figure it out? Doesn't matter what happens to me anymore. It was planned murder, but the victim was not the intended one, and an accident. Yeah, exactly. It was the murder itself was just an accident, but there was a planned one in there, even though it was an animal. So I don't know if it was capable of going to this kind of court. Perhaps not in that sense of murder, but perhaps something at least. Doesn't matter what happened to me anymore. I'm ready to die. So, is what the defense is claiming true? Captain, we found out I drained this stage pool. I rushed to the side of the pool, frantic to put some water in for the orchia. And there, we slipped. It would, no, still a crime, but not at the same level. Yeah, like I know it's a crime, I just couldn't figure out like what sort of crime it could be. But it wouldn't be murder, it would be some sort of other crime because of what he did. And then I slipped. This is really goddamn sad. And not only that it was accidental death, it was also chosen. Because it's as it looked. He held onto his wrist, but the captain basically was, let me fall. So, Jack Shipley's death was accidental. Why didn't you tell us you didn't kill the victim? Because I have no right to live anymore. I'm ready to get the death penalty. The captain died because of me. Animal cruelty, I think. Yeah, I would say that is probably the closest you could get. If there isn't like something that is like animal murder. That's something, that is then something. The captain died because of me, and then on top of it all, I used his body to frame Orla. I was gonna kill Orla and she wasn't even to blame. She didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I can do now is pay it all with my life. Can't do anything. Couldn't save the captain, couldn't avenge Azura's death. Which is ironic considering humans are animals, yeah, definitely. Mr. Rhymes, you have the wrong idea about Mrs. Summers' death. Not even the first Aura Shipley was responsible for her dying. Aura, of her own accord, was trying to save Miss Summers' life. What? What are you talking about? Azura Summers suffered from a heart condition, but she didn't tell anyone and she performed in a pirate show anyway. She had a heart attack and died before anyone could save her. I'm sure she didn't think Aura attacked her. There's nothing to avenge. No way. Heart condition. She never said a word about it. Maybe she didn't want to worry about you about it. So I want to get revenge. All this time for nothing. I don't know what, like, I can understand with a law thing, like, getting him cleared is a good thing, but I don't know what would be worse. Letting him take it, because that's how it feels like, or making him understand the truth of him having a grudge against something that never needed to be a grudge. So either case was a murder, not a year ago, and not this time either. Responsibility in this matter is great, but I believe you can be rehabilitated. Marlon, you better came back to Ship Shape Aquarium when you're done here. Oh, I never will be waiting for you. You still have a lot to offer, Mr. Rhymes. Live your life and never give up. For the sake of those who are gone as well. I promise I will I'll make up for what I've done, even if it takes me my whole life. Basically, all of this happened because everyone decided to keep secrets. Exactly. Summers kept secret about her heart condition. They kept secret about Aura having a twin sister. And, well, at the same time, I don't think... The question is, like, people would probably have understood what killed her. But I think it was such a chaos that people believed that Aura killed her. So I would say it probably still... well, yes, if they actually would have told the truth about the first Aura, then yes, he wouldn't have done it because he knew the Aura when the Orca was already dead. So that is definitely true. And because, yeah, I would say yeah. I would definitely say yeah. I'm just trying to figure out like if it like would go that if anything disappeared, it would still like go on. And yeah, this is true. If anyone had told anything, they would basically be like, no one would be here today. Mr. Right, Sasha. I don't know why they kept a secret. It would have been a pain, but eventually it would go over if they told the truth. Why that happened with the first victim? Yeah, exactly. Because it feels like there was so many people that Orla did it. But some people knew about the heart... Well, actually, that's an interesting part. People didn't know about the heart condition. So there might have been someone that didn't really realize that, oh, her heart just stopped. Because basically an orca had her in the mouth. It could have been anything that happened to her, and the people wouldn't realize her heart just stopped. Because even the doctor of that place didn't know about the medicine. So he probably didn't even know about that. So technically the Aura didn't need to put down in the first time either. It was just those people who is like, if any animal is bad, we are gonna have to destroy them. Other animals can sense things way better than we can, and if the animal in question cares for you, of course it's gonna do its best. I know that for a fact. Our dog, for example, there was 1 week he was absolutely saddened, and we couldn't understand why. He was not, I wouldn't say depressed, but it was extremely sad. We couldn't figure out why. And apparently, we talked to our neighbor, and they had needed to get rid of one of the horses, and the other horses knew about it, and the other horses has basically been talking to our dog. Then we have, for example, when a little hen chick came into our place, our dog basically just sat there staring at it, and when it went outside of the fence, he started barking. Because he basically tried to make anyone check upon this little chick so nothing happens to it. And when our neighbor had a big turkey, it got attacked by a fox or something. It hid so close to our fence because it knew our dog would be there. And our dog went crazy. Not in the sense of, I'm gonna get the turkey. It went crazy because it wanted to protect the turkey. Exactly, and surprise, surprise, orcas are mammals just like dogs. Yeah, exactly. Like, it is impressive how many animals just know things even though you cannot even like figure it out. Like, horses and dogs doesn't even speak the goddamn like same sort of tongue, we could say, but they still understand each other. They don't see each other. We could walk back and forth, and they could talk, and they could basically see each other. But from where I live, they can't see each other. So when the horses make sounds, that's when our dog starts barking, because they are talking to each other. Code is now a draw. So I think it's just absolutely amazing. But I still love that. I was like, what is happening? Like, oh, we need to get rid of one of the horses. Like, that explains why our dog is so sad. Because apparently our dog could hear the sound of the horses, of how they felt, and also realize that there is one horse missing, and oh, I am sad now. They can figure stuff out from smell, sound, body language, just general feelings. Yep. That is definitely true. Congratulations on your win. Thank you for all your help today, Pearls. All I did was have fun with Orla, that's fair enough. I hope you had fun. Orla, I'm back. Oh, I missed you, girl. Oh, I'm so happy you and Orla... For you and Orla, Sasha. Everything turned out great. Phoenix, Athena, I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Well, and I are both... I can't even try to get eel in that word, even though eel is in that word. I'll act out my gratitude, a little performance, huh? Miss Orca, you don't think you'd better take care of your health first? I don't know why I went into goddamn, like, the other guy's voice. Alright, fine, I promise. No more shows until I'm better. Won't anybody worry about me after all? Good. I'm glad that's settled. Hey, buddy. Mr. Lloyd. I just had to blab every single one of the aquarium's secrets, didn't I? I'm sorry, Dr. Crab. Ah, it's alright. I'm glad. It's kinda hard to tell. Although, thanks to you, they now know we're using the illegal torpedo system. But I think you'd be able to wiggle out of serious repercussions somehow. I'd rather later is advocating for us, saying that the law itself is to blame. Well, that's a way of saying it. She says she's going to look into getting the law changed. Wow, go Mr. Plume. She sure is a powerhouse. But there was one thing I didn't figure out, by the way. Keep this to yourself, will you? We don't want it getting out in public. Remember that appointment I had written down in my calendar? Oh, you mean meet the captain at the Orca Pool at 7 AM? That no man the Orca Pool of the Supreme Aquarium, not ship shapes. What? Why were you supposed... Oh! They didn't put Aura down. They transfer her. Jack and I... We visit the Supreme Aquarium once a month. Any idea why? To get dolphin therapy treatment? No, Sylvie. Remember I told you, Jack and our girls put the orca down from the start. What? You mean? You just pretend to put the Orla first, Orla Shipley down. Told you Orla is still alive, yeah! The Supreme Aquarium is harboring her for us. What? Oh, so that talk about large amount of money you were paying them. Once a mother owner and vet disappears from the aquarium, and I came to find out that each time a large amount of money was being paid out. I can understand they need to pay another aquarium to keep their orca, but at the same time, why such an well? No, actually, yeah, it probably is such an amount because yes, they would probably agree because for first of all, it's an aquarium. They got a new attraction, but they have to pay for the orca's well-being. That is what the sum is for, I believe. Oh, yeah, Aura's care. You wouldn't believe how much fish orcas eat. Now that it's been proven she's innocent all along, I think we bring her back. Until then, keep it under your hat, okay? Fair enough. What was it telling you about? Nothing much. Oh, by the way, Orla wants to give you her little celebratory prize. You need to everything about the orca and probably hush money so the press and such doesn't figure out. Yeah, probably a little extra money about the press thing. Because I'm just thinking like, yeah, need to pay. Because I feel like the aquarium would probably agree to it very easily because like it's technically a free attraction. So like I don't believe they would actually complain about that. And yes, for this to pay them, take care of the aura, like it's like a win-win there for that sake. And as you said now Aura is basically innocent, both first and second version. That basically means that even if the animal care place says no, we still want her down from what happened 1 year ago, they can't do that because there are proof now that she didn't do it. And she's still alive. Well, I specifically requested that you give it to her. That you give it to her, Phoenix. Huh, alright, fine. Let's see, what am I gonna give her? Oh! Fish!
Take that!
You want fish. Well, it's coming a day late, but congratulations on your verdict. Well, that was the way. Oh my, aren't you lucky? Ah, that's Orla's best trick. Thank you, Kiss. But fair enough, they actually have that kind of trick. Oh, Orla, I want to be next. Fair enough. This actually ended a really good time because I thought it was gonna be done earlier, so I thought like, oh, I might end earlier because we're gonna go to the next game next time, or depending on like how early I was finished, I might start the next one. But this was actually good timing. I'm looking forward to the comeback of Sasha and Orla's Swashbuckling Spectacular. After all, I made a comeback of my own as a lawyer. A few months later, bro, Phoenix got scared by an orca. He didn't live up to the name, only works in English. Fair enough, actually. I do love it says date time but it did say a few months later. You can't technically show the months, I guess. It's been a while since I visited Shipshape Aquarium. And as Sasha has recovered from her illness, she's performing today. There's still some time before the show starts. I think I'll wander around a bit. Oh, hi Phoenix! Hope you enjoyed the show today. The orcas are excited and ready to go. Yeah, orcas. Oh, I'm sure I'll enjoy... Wait a minute. Did you say orcas as in plural? Since his name in Japanese is... Oh, it's also Naruhodo. That's the weird part. Like, I played the side story, the what's it called, Chronicles or something, and it's called Naruhodo in that one. But I guess it's because they are from Japan and want to keep the name. So fair enough, actually. And I also know what that means. There were some people that had to explain that to me, that it actually is a word. Yep, let me show you. What? 2 or less? Don't tell me. Yep, you got it right. Mora ship is the first of return to Shipsham Aquarium. We be the 3 pirate sisters are. We'll be out to stop the evil Scalawag League led by Red Stash and the Giant Octopus. Well, I don't want to get in the way of their rehearsal. Guess I better be going. Well, if it isn't the Blue Boy, did you come for my book signing? Oh, Mr. Plume. There's a book signing? Oh yes, my new book is out and it's called Ship Aquarium. Don't pull the plug. Fair name. The book signing will be held in this room after all. The vet owes me a favor. Yeah, I see. Like, I understand, I see. Yes, he got me to approve the use of the torpedo. I am grateful. Why does she keep coming by my lab to bother me every single day? I think she has a flirt for you. My next work will be entitled Sniper, the Penguin leaves its nest. That thing is never gonna leave. Stop this cacophony. I'm surrounded by carping females. Fair enough. Gee, Dr. Crab gets all the ladies. I guess I'll leave him to it. Oops, it's almost time for the show. Where have you been, Daddy? Polly and Athena already went in. Oh, we're waiting. I thought some souvenirs to take back to the... I brought some souvenirs to take back to the village. Sorry to keep you waiting. I bet they'll love your souvenirs back home, Pearls. Oh, by the way, I hear a certain someone is going to be in today's show. Certain someone? I wonder who it could be. Oh, it's almost time. The show is just about to start. Alright, let's go to the show stage then. I saved all the seats, Mr. Wright. Oh, I can't believe the show again. To see the show again. I'm so happy. I want to dive in the pool. You better not. I think they're called security. Does he have security here? You're welcome in the pool anytime, Athena. But the Red Stash is the best swimmer after all. Huh? Who have you got playing Red Stash role? I don't know what the voice is. Hey, I know that voice. Yep, you may know it. Marlo is back. He's playing the role of Red Stash. At the same time, they did say that his punishment was basically rehabilitation. You beat the new Swashbuckler Spectacular. Hope you enjoy it, buckos. Fair enough. Question is, are we actually gonna see it? Because we did see the first one. Nope. Bit of a shame, but fair enough.
And so, our pirates set sail for bluer seas under a sunnier sky. As for me, I set foot into the world of law once more as a full-time lawyer.
Yep, because basically this is played out in between some of the cases in the main one. I believe it's like in between the school one and the bombing one. What was that? I didn't... Congrats, you've unlocked a special bonus in the music background setting screen. Commemorative Nushitaro. Okay. What was that background? Why was that a fighting game background? I know he's basically like in Marvel vs. Capcom, but that is like ridiculous. But yes, I really enjoyed today's stream. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun. But yes, so next time we are going to go over to this one. Great reward, yay! New background music, thanks, yeah, exactly. So we're gonna be playing Spirit of Justice, which I did actually realize when I was thinking of it. I'm not gonna do Judge's voice anymore, I think. Oh wait, do I? I don't remember if she's basically supposed to be the judge or just against me, I don't know. But yes, we're gonna be playing this later on. We're gonna be playing this next week. I'm actually excited for that. I love all of these games, to be honest. I'm really happy I was capable of playing the first one. I am happy to play the second one again. And I'm definitely happy to play this one as well.